Okay, I'm rolling. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
1, 2, good. I think most of my life I've tried to escape from Kaidish. I've tried to separate myself from that space and I've tried to run away and do something better and bigger.
FSA has definitely taught me to be more confident. Like the way things are done here, it has showed me that if you work hard, you put time into something, that you can do it. You can literally do anything.
But now that I'm in this space and I'm seeing the potential and I'm seeing where I could go, I want to give back and show everyone coming from there, because I know there's a lot of aspiring artists, there's a lot of people who are still struggling, who are still trying to find schools, that it's so much bigger and you can get there and it's possible and anyone can do it. Doesn't matter where you come from, your background, your culture, your circumstance, your history, anything is legit within our reach. Anything is just possible, and that's what I've learned in this space, that I can do anything and I can be whoever I want to be. I can dream beyond, and that it's possible.
You guys taught us to just stand on our own feet in a short period of time. It's unbelievable. I don't know how you guys do that, but I think that's the coolest thing, and it's definitely been my highlight.
I grew up in Mpumalanga, in Barberton.
Yeah, I grew up in Khayelitsha most of my life.
I grew up at Velkom, Free State. Yeah, I grew up with my mother, my father, and my 3 sisters.
I was born in Gravrinet, which is in the Eastern Cape, small town in Karoo. Then I had to go live with my mother because my grandmother started getting very ill, so then I had to go live in Stellenbosch. and we're living in Kayamandi. It was very different for me because it was totally different from where I came from, because Kayamandi is like a solid township.
It's not easy. I mean, growing up there, it's very challenging, and I feel like as the more time goes on, the more I feel like toxic it's getting in terms of just everything that kids are exposed to. I think girls in particular are just forced to grow up at a very young age, and everything that we're exposed to in terms of drugs, alcohol, everything is so easy to access. So I think everyone growing up in the hood is just trying to survive. It's a battlefield.
There's a lot of crime and a lot of corruption, sort of things like that. People being on drugs and alcohol abuse, abusing drugs and all that. There's a lot of things like that.
In the township, like, houses are close to each other. Like, everyone knows each other. Like, if you need something, you can just go out and be like, hey, I need something, I need some bread, I need this. It's very loud, especially on Fridays going into the weekend. It's extremely loud. People party a lot. The living arrangements aren't really nice because most people be living in shacks. They have toilets that are joined together in a row. There's a lot going on. Like, it's hard to focus. And even if you are doing a little bit great, people will definitely come and steal from you. They take your stuff, they'll rob you, talk badly about you if you're actually doing great, or if you want to do something about your life, if you're doing great in school or work-wise or career-wise. Like, there's always some kind of pulling down.
I had to learn some things by myself, from my brothers and by myself. And what I've noticed is, growing up without a father, you want to listen to your friends most of the time because they have fathers. You listen to them, and most of the things that come out from your friends, especially those bad friends, are not actually good. So me growing up without a father, I think it really left a space in me, because even now I still feel the space. I still need a father in my life, even though I'm now like over 20, but I still need that father figure. That's why I even like use the Mr. Kev, as I see him as my father, because I kind of miss that in my life. Sometimes I even go to him and ask him about other things and all that, my family issues, and he'll pray for me. So I think the most thing that made me happy this year is like receiving love from a male figure. I'm not even his son, but the way he shows love to me, it's like I'm one of his own.
I went to a Bantu education school, so if you fail, the teachers will always go shout you. They shout you, they won't help you. So I started feeling like, when I got here, I started feeling like I've been taught the things that I have never taught in high school. Like, there is something here. Like, besides school, there is something that I can hold on. Like, at school, there was no like support. The teachers, they used to discourage us. They didn't like build us. So I feel like it is an honor to be here. Like, I couldn't choose the other place than here. Like, I'm honored.
This school is about film. You learn about film, but it's also about God. And it's also just about, shaping young people's lives. And I need a lot of shaping right now. And it was sort of like a prayer answered for me. It was so clear. It was no doubt that, oh my gosh, this is what I need to do. It was not even a matter of me weighing my options, me choosing whether pros and cons. It was just an automatic, I'm going this direction. And I was like so happy. I was like, and I didn't even expect the space to be like this. It's so much 100 times better than what people told me and what I've heard from everyone else.
When I came here, I was very worried that how was I gonna be able to do this, like live with so many people, even in the room, like live with totally different people that I never knew, like ever. So it was kind of hard. I think the highlight for me was, one of the highlights was coming out of my shell, being within my feelings more, and allowing myself to be more emotional, allowing people in my space and spending time with people a lot, something that I was not used to that, like, at all. And learning that I'm actually capable of a lot of things. Like, I can do it if I put my mind to it, and if I work hard. I just need to be more confident.
Someone like believing in me, like giving me something. Believe in me and like sort of like give me the funding, give me a chance to kind of like do something I love. And that really touched me, and it really made my mom proud.
The people who are giving money, like, I would say to them, like, if it was not for them, we couldn't be here. It changed my life. I can say it really changed my life, and I can hope for him, like, to continue giving, because it's gonna change many people's life.
Being in this space, we've learned so much, and without them giving, we wouldn't be here. I know that I'm gonna have dinner. Like, you don't have to worry about anything else but your grades. That's it. Because everything else has been done for you in terms of living arrangements, equipment. You only have to worry about your grades. Because someone else doesn't have that, but I do.
Most of people, when they give, they need to see you, they need to know you, where you from, where you what, where, all that. But the sponsors, they don't care about that. They just, I think they're doing it out of a good heart and love and all that. So I just want to say thank you. I really appreciate it so much.
This is not just a film school. This is not just another like college or anything else. This is a dream come true. It's giving hope to people that anything is possible. It has given me so much hope. It has given me so much faith that I can go, I can reach anywhere I want to reach in my life, that I can dream far beyond, because there's so much more, and I've gained so much as a person, as like professionally in my career, and I'm just grateful, and I just hope that a lot of other kids can get this opportunity as well.
It's amazing because you don't have to do that, but you do it. Because you're able to feel for another person, you want them to do great.
I would just say, like, we thank them for what God did in their hearts.
Isn't it so wonderful to hear directly from the students their thoughts and feelings about where they come from and where they live? At Film School Africa, most of our students are on scholarships, and those scholarships provide not only the training, they provide equipment, housing, meals, internet, you name it. We are really blessed to be able to offer these scholarships to students who need them, who wouldn't otherwise be able to study film. Because of people like you, we are able to help change the lives of these young people. I want to throw a number at you. 100%. You see, I was thinking recently about the numbers of Film School Africa. You see, we started in our community programs back in 2008. We launched the college program in 2016. And in 2018, we had our first graduating group who had gone through all 3 years. At Film School Africa College, the first 2 years are training and classes, and then the third year is a job placement internship year. Of the students who have attended all 3 years with us, 100% of those students were given jobs within the first 6 months of finishing with us. Can you imagine that? In a society with 33% unemployment, even when we were in the Great Depression in the United States, we never saw that kind of unemployment rate. But even in this country, where we have such a high unemployment rate, we can say that 100% of the young people who have gone through this program have jobs. The ripple effects of that are so important to remember. The way that it impacts not just the student and their future, but their family and the community as that impact ripples out. Let me tell you about this year. This year, when our third year's finished, 80% of those students had job offers by the Friday they finished their internship. Let me help you understand this. They haven't even finished the school year, and almost all of them had job offers. There are a lot of ministries out there, and there are a lot of missionaries out there, and there are a lot of people who are doing really wonderful and incredible things. And not all of those ministries get to see the fruits of what's happening. And we are so blessed because here at Film School Africa, we get to see these students go and be successful. We get to see their lives changed right before our eyes because we have leadership classes and we attend global leadership summits. And we watch them get baptized in the pool. We get to see the impact that this has. And while we'll never know how far-reaching those ripple effects are, we are so blessed to be able to say that this is making a difference in the lives of young people. Young people coming from areas of poverty that you and I probably will never understand. Whenever you attend an event or watch something where there's a ministry or an organization involved, you often go into the event or start watching with a number in mind. You've had a conversation before you get there, you've talked to a spouse, and you know this is pretty much what we're able to give and this is what we're able to do. I want to challenge you with something. I want you to pray and I want you to think about what God is asking you to do. I want you to ask yourself, what is God prompting me to do right now for this ministry and this organization? And I want you to do that. It might be the exact same number that you talked about in the car or the exact same number that you spoke about. But I want you to really talk to God about what He is laying on your heart for this ministry. $8,000 is what it costs us to sponsor one student for 1 year. We can make those dollars go really, really far thanks to an incredible exchange rate. But it's not without sacrifice for you and for a lot of others. And I want you to know that we really, really appreciate it. We're going to finish with a film. It was actually the audience-winning film at our film festival. And there's a couple of important things to note about this film. One is that it's the personal testimony of the filmmaker. This is her story, and it's an important one. We talk often about what it looks like to process through art therapy, and this is really an important element of it, is putting your own story out there. And we're proud of her for being willing to share something so intensely personal. But one of the things that you're going to see in this film is that there are moments when people purposefully close the door. They purposefully turn the music up, turn up the television. They try to block out what's happening around them. Now, this is true for her story. But I think that there's something really important for us to note here. When you're surrounded by people who are living in poverty, they are doing everything they can to survive. And seeing someone in the midst of their trauma, their personal moment of trauma, might just be too difficult for where they are emotionally and mentally within that space of survival. You and I are not in that space. We know where our next meal is going to come from. We know that we're going to go to sleep tonight with a roof over our heads, and that we're not really worried about who's going to pay the electric bill. Those things are taken care of for us. I think the question becomes, are we still going to be those people who try to drown out what's happening around us, or are we going to engage? The Lord has blessed you so that you can bless others. I think it's really powerful that we get to join with God in what He's doing, and that we use His money, because it's His, to change the lives of other people who might not otherwise have that opportunity. We are grateful for you. You make this possible. Thank you.
Ha ha ha!